It was a dark and rainy day in England, where 12-year-old Timmy was stuck alone in his house. His parents left the area for a couple of days to visit Timmy's aunt, who had some severe health problems. Timmy was bored and had pretty much nothing to do, so he asked his good friend and also neighbour Mark if he was down to spend the night and play some Fortnite with him. Mark said he was going to stay home for the night and watch some TV, leaving Timmy all alone by himself. Timmy didn't have many friends, but most of them were playing different games to him. He really wanted to play with someone, so he went online to check the PlayStation communities, a place where you can find other people like Timmy who need a friend to play with. Most of the requests were 100+ wins needed, a master at building forts, great sniping skills, and Timmy wasn't the best player. He had some good tactics, but never managed to win a game at all, so he knew that he couldn't meet up to their expectations. He was about to click off, until someone posted something. Posted by a user named BattleBus524. It read as follows: "I'm the best Fortnite player of all time. I can carry you. Mic needed." Timmy was concerned. How can this guy be any good at this game since he couldn't even spell the name of the game right? Profile also showed little to nothing. Level 1, no trophies at all. He thought maybe it was just a second account that was made just to play Fortnite, which didn't include any trophies. He reached out to the user by messaging him, saying he's down for a few games. His potential new friend responded within 2 minutes, telling him to make a party chat. Timmy did as he was told and invited him. The person introduced himself as 31-year-old Drew. Drew also mentioned he lived in an area fairly close to where Timmy lived. But Timmy never told him that, as it's not a wise idea to give away personal information to strangers online. Something was off about the guy. He was barely speaking, rather whispering, making it a fairly awkward situation for the young lad. Timmy shrugged it off and started a battle royale match with Drew. Since Timmy was an average player, he told Drew to go to a pair of houses close to Greasy Grove, where not many players would go. Drew said with a whispering voice,
"It's okay, I can carry you."
He recommended going Pleasant Park, not a place for inexperienced players. Timmy agreed, and they both landed there. Drew got killed almost instantly. Timmy found this rather funny, as he described himself as the best Fortnite player. But Drew took offence to this and started throwing some pretty bad language at him. Timmy was really worried about this guy's mental state, so he didn't question it. As they played, Timmy would notice how Drew would start destroying everything in his path. Trees, houses, vehicles, making a lot of noise and receiving attention from the enemies. Almost as if he'd never played this game before. Even when they would encounter enemies, Drew would just ask Timmy,
"Where are they at?"
despite the opponent being right in front of his face. Another bad habit that Drew had was to annoy Timmy while he was still playing. The words,
"Behind you. He's behind you,"
kept being whispered by him, despite no one being around. Timmy had enough of this guy and decided to get rid of him. He made up the excuse he had an important test tomorrow just to leave the party. He deleted and blocked Drew in a matter of seconds. Timmy, not knowing what he'd experienced, went back on the game, but this time he went on solos. Probably just about 10 minutes later, a notification pops up on the corner of the screen. It was an unknown user to Timmy. He went to check it, and there wasn't a written message, but a voice message. Timmy opened the voice message, and the following disturbing words came out.
"You shouldn't have done that. I recommend you don't block me again."
A sudden wave of panic hit Timmy, and he began to shake. He asked the guy to leave him alone. Drew replied within a minute, with a new voice message.
"We could have been something."
PlayStation is a gaming community where people are meant to have fun, but you can encounter trolls, or even worse, creeps. Timmy decided to ignore him, and went back on Fortnite. Timmy went back on solos, hoping to forget his strange encounter. 20 minutes passed, and everything was okay, until a new notification popped up. It was Drew, yet with another message. It wasn't a written message, not even a voice message. It was a photo of Timmy's house. As Timmy's heart started to pump, he wondered how the hell this psychopath knew where he lived. Just then a new message popped up, a message from Drew. "Check your front door." Chills went down the spine of Timmy, and fear started to enter his body. He didn't know what this freak would be capable of if he didn't listen to him. Timmy looked through his bedroom window to spot this lunatic, but there was no sight of him. He slowly opened the front door to see nothing but a pitch-black driveway. He looked down to see a nutcracker. A message is attached to it that reads, "It reminds me of you." The crackshot skin character was Timmy's favourite and used it in all of his matches. He slammed the door shut, locked it, and went back upstairs to his room. Timmy had enough and went to contact the cops, but there were no cars available. They said they would only have officers available later. As a sign of desperation, he contacted his neighbour Mark, texting him that a creep was stalking him. Mark explained how he was right about to message him and tell him that there was a guy crawling around in the bushes in his front garden. Mark described the person as a tall person, wearing a hoodie. No facial details were really described, as it was pretty dark outside. Mark told Timmy to find a spot to hide until the cops are available. So he went to hide in his parents' closet. As he sat down, Timmy knew he forgot something. Right before his parents left, they told him to remember to lock the back door at night, but as soon as he realised it, it was too late. He heard the back door slowly open and then close. Timmy messaged Mark again, telling him that he got into the house. Mark told him to be quiet and to not make any other noise. Timmy could hear this guy slowly walking inside the house, whispering,
"I just want to play some games,"
and laughing every now and again like a maniac. After 10 minutes of silence between the two friends, Mark tries to reach out to Timmy, asking him if he was okay. No reply. Desperately spamming his inbox with messages, he got no reply. 5 minutes later, Mark received a message. It was Timmy, telling him one of their neighbours saw him sneaking in the house and followed him, knocking him out on the spot with a baseball bat. A relieved Mark asked Timmy if he wanted to come over to spend the night with him. Mark received 2 more messages. "Come over. Let's play Fortnite."
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's